Yeah. Salute. Hey, look, check this out. You got ME Drip. We back at it again. Conversation with Drip. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. So this ain't gonna be no super long video, right? But I want to give y'all some game and tell y'all how Love Dorsey managed to beat the rap game and why she probably won't ever succeed in the rap game, right? So before we get into it, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about who she is, right? She is an artist. Uh, don't quote me, but she signed out of some label out of Florida. But she's an artist and she's also a consultant and a life coach, content creator, mother, wife, and she's really a mother to a lot of different people in the community. And she's a philanthropist as well. So that's pretty much who she is. Y'all can go look up as well. LOVE space DORSEY. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, right? So I'm gonna tell you basically why she won't ever make it in the rap game. So me doing my research and stuff like that, it's two reasons why she won't make it in the rap game. One, because of her, it's really because of her whole image in a way, right? I ain't saying no wrong with her image. By the way, I am a fan of Lil Dorsey. I actually got a chance to speak with her one time. She's a very cool, straightforward person. A lot of times people give her a bad rep on social media because she's very blunt and straightforward, but she's actually one of the most calming people that you can be around. Like real. Salute to you, love. But we're gonna go ahead and get to it. Why she won't ever make it. One, because of it's really all tied into her image. One is because her music, right? Yeah, she made somewhat, decent music according to the fans, right? Because again, they say the numbers lie, people lie, but the numbers don't lie, right? So she probably only got like she probably ain't hit 5 million views like on Spotify, Apple, and stuff like that. So which is cool. She got like 800,000 on one, 50,000 on the other one, 500,000 on one. So I think it's like 80,000. She ain't got like 5 million views on all her songs. So that's one, right? But the other side to it is she don't network with other artists and stuff like that. Now, and this could be some of the reason too, because some of the other artists, right, they may be intimidated by her because if you see her image as a life coach and stuff like that, it's very straightforward, very blunt. The rap game with women, they very ratchet, you know, sometimes they ain't got no good sense and stuff like that, and that's what they promote. So they gonna always conflict. So that's another reason why. Look, that's one of the reasons why Lil Dorsey ain't gonna make it into the rap game is because of her approach. Her approach may be different. It's not maybe, it actually is different from the other rappers. And the other rappers may look at her like, dang, she thinks she's better than me. Or Lil Dorsey, she may look at them and it's like, dang, they beneath me. So now you got that, and it's already friction with women being women, period. And then you add that with the money, the fame, the status, and all that into the equation, then it just goes downhill from there. So that's once you don't network with other artists, right? Then the music and her image, they're two totally different, right? Because that's one thing about being an artist, like your character got to kind of align with the music. And I'm not saying Love makes ratchet music, but they saw she took off in her Facebook rants and stuff like that and giving her perspective on life. She took off in that space. So a lot of times people have a hard time seeing her in another light, which there's dudes will have it. It happens to military. It even happens to pastors too as well. Like when pastors try to write a book about business, it won't sell, but they try to write a book about Christian and Allah, Buddhists and stuff like that, it'll sell. Same thing in Lil Dorsey situation because a lot of times people don't want to accept her image. And again, her image is about accountability, looking in the mirror and stuff like that. And that's really her message too. And a lot of times people don't want the uncomfortable truth. So she is controversial, but people don't want that type of uncomfortable truth. They want uncontroversial and fit or non-factual stuff. So that's one of the reasons why she ain't gonna make it inside the rap game. But I'm gonna put you on, right? So I'm gonna tell you how she was able to counter it. So one of the reasons why she was able to counter it, like y'all can go look at one of her interviews. One of the reasons why she said she signed, I forgot the label, but she signed to a certain label was not because of the music. She told you because of other things. They taught you about entrepreneurship. That's what she told you about. And she felt that they were trustworthy. She ain't just signed to them just because she said when they came to her like, we think we will change and we're going to put a lot of marketing dollars behind it. She ain't signed for that. She signed for entrepreneurship. She wants to learn about the credit, the housing, stocks, bonds, how to live the corporate tax structure, like getting different types of trusts and stuff like that. She wanted to learn more so about that. So that's how she really countered that because she was smart. She knew that her rapping, it may not go far, it may will go far, right? But we all know that when you rap, it ain't gonna be no, it's very hard to get to a 20-year career. The most you'll probably get is to a 10-year career. And it's a young woman and a young man game. So she is older. She dang near touching her 40s. In about 20 more years, she finna be in them peppers. You know what I'm saying? So she already figured that out early, like, nah, this ain't cool. I got a little gift for this, and if it paid me, it paid me. But she put her primary focus into the entrepreneurship. That's how she was able to counter it. Now, because of that, idea and her executing idea. Now she's a life coach. She hosts her own events. Now she do consulting sessions where they pay her 300 to talk to her. She have her social media page where she got subscribers on that and they pay her. And then, what's up? She got a book club too as well. So people pay her monthly for the book club. And then she hosts not only live events like in person, then she hosts a monthly classes talking about eating right, mental health, relationships. So she do the monthly classes like that. And then that's not including what her husband got on the side and what he got going. And that's not including her artist check as well, her making money off her music as well. And that's not including what other stuff she got going on in the background. And another thing she's smart is she building relationships with her community. Like she got a core audience on social media and she gave back to her community. So what that does is she building a relationship on and off camera. So regardless if one shut down, right? Or, one table leg break, she's still gonna thrive because she still got a relationship with another fan base. And y'all can go look on her social media. She total, right? She probably got almost 1 million people following to her page. And she probably almost touched at least about 50 million views on all her platforms over the years of the course of time, right? So that's how she was able to counter as far as her popularity, her buzz into the rap game and stuff like that. So, and it's gonna be my last point, right? The other reason how she countered, she became a speaker. Now, for her being a speaker, she probably ain't gonna make a big bag off being a speaker. The reason why, because she too raw. She way too raw for some people in certain spaces, like the corporate spaces, the government spaces, and sometimes schools and stuff like that. She way too raw. Now, her community, they'll probably do it. They like, she came from the hometown. We need somebody from home that can be able to speak to the kids and get the most. She can win. She can win with that, right? But for other space, they look at her like she way too raw because she even spoke on it several times. She was shooting DMs and stuff, telling she need to talk like this or be this way. Her message would be good, and she do X, Y, Z and stuff like that. And love, she said, "No, this is what's working. I'm gonna stand for what I believe in, and we're just gonna keep moving. It's gonna be that on that." So she gonna that right. It's not always the easiest rite of passage. So she gonna miss out on corporate bags. Like sometimes she gonna miss out on the 80,000 speaking engagements, 15,000 speaking engagements, them 12-month year, or not 12-month, yeah, the 12-month government contract. So they be like, hey, we need you to come teach professional development or life coaching and stuff like that. She gonna miss out on them big bags, right? And she may miss out on certain sponsorship because they gonna be like, hey, there's certain stuff you can and can't say. And love don't want to roll like that. Even though she is a speaker, she don't want her message catered. She's on what she believes in. So when it comes to how she countered that too, she countered the route game and the speaking game. This is how she countered that, right? Instead of working the B2B market, the business to business, and the business to government market, she was able to work the B2B market, which is the business to consumer. So now she already have, like I said, she had like close to 1 million people on her platform. So she can host her own events, which she's been doing. So if she hosts her own event, let's say she want to go to Texas, right? Host an event in Houston and San Antonio. They always say like on social media, some of your true followers at least 10%. So 10% of 1 million is what 100,000. So she can have at least 100. That's her. That's a cap, but it's a minimum at the same time because you're not touching 1 million. But at the same time, it's a minimum. So if 100,000 come up to a show and she's like, hey, give me $50, $200, $100, that stuff add up. That stuff add up real quick, and it's her own show. She ain't got to filter no message like that. She can get to straight raw, off the rip, uncut, just like that. So so she was able to counter two games because she built her buzz, right? She found her own lane, and I'm gonna tell you why. She paved the way too. Love paved the way for a lot of people, right? Because some people aren't as formal like some other speakers or rappers and stuff like that. So what she did, she independent way. Instead of trying to sit at somebody's table, she created her own table. And yes, when you create your own table, it ain't always easy because you may not get the sponsorships and long term contracts and stuff like that. Some people who do create their own way, they can do that. But for her, like being raw, she showed that it's still a bag and still a good living, as far as her walking her own path and standing her own 2 feet, right? Because she really set an example for all of y'all, not just professionally, but personally as well. She got a kid and she married, and she making it cool to once upon a time be a single mom, and now she's a married person. She still makes it cool to have that lifestyle where all the other women in her industry don't make it look cool. And then again, like she still win because her husband, like he got motion going on, so whatever he get, she gonna get a piece of that too. We automatically know that off the rip. Ain't no coochie free in life. Coochie gonna cost you regardless. A lot of I'm kind of going off the deep end with this, but a lot of men, I ain't paying for no, coochie. Yes, you is. You put coochie. Well, even if you're not giving them money, y'all taking them out on dates, y'all going and spending money on hotels, y'all buying clothes and stuff like that. It's costly because you may not spend it with her directly, but y'all spend y'all energy, attention, and time with her. So like, yeah, it's costing you. So y'all change your mindset. But again, whatever he got going on, like he's an artist too. So again, whatever he gets, she get a piece of that, and the daughter get a piece of that. That's just how it goes. Like she said, with getting good pussy comes great responsibility, right? So let me put it to you like this: how she stay relevant too, why people still listen to her message even though she's married. So the reason why they listen to her message even though she's married because her image, like she's down to earth, she's raw and cut, and then her husband is like the same way. So they ain't do what some other people do. They get in their position, they change their image up. Now ain't no wrong with changing your image up because sometimes people grow, right? But she grow, but she still stayed true to herself, if that makes sense. And a lot of people can relate to her. That's how she's really winning off y'all because she's relatable, and with the business to consumer market, she's taking advantage of the messy dollar. That's all I can say, right? So a lot of people who got all these messy issues and stuff like that, the reason why they still pay her and stuff like that is because she's relatable. And her time ain't free. It's gonna cost you for her time. It's gonna cost you for getting a piece of that coochie. Because everybody getting a piece of that coochie, they spend $300 to talk to you. So hey, you know, that's how she's able to take advantage of the messy dollar. And when I mean messy dollar, y'all dollars is messy because y'all got a lot of issues and stuff going on. But ain't no wrong with that. I salute y'all for getting help. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. That's another conversation with Drip. That's my perspective on this situation, man. So I just want to talk to y'all for a minute, man. I got more bangers on top of bangers on top of bangers on the way. Hit that like button, hit that comment button, man. Subscribe, and then make sure y'all share this video to as many people possible. Hey, till then, till next time, tap in, lock in, stay in. Salute. Yeah.